What is up, guys? My name is Ephraim Lozada, host of Know Your Worth TV. I am back with two special ladies this time, so you know it's about to get real special in here. These are the owners and the co-founders of the two Black sisters that created a photo booth business. Is that correct?
Yes.
They just about a year ago they collabed together to create what is a photo booth business. They're here to tell us a little bit more about it, highlight what it has been to be, you know, business owners together, right? You don't really see family doing things together, so I really want to know about that information. We have Miss Natalie and we have Nikki. So if you guys introduce yourselves and talk about the business and what it is that you guys do.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Glad to be here. Hi, everybody. I'm Nikki. I'm one of the co-founders, an older sister of two Black sisters that we founded a year ago here and doing in the photo business industry here in South Florida.
And Miss
And I'm
Natalie.
Natalie. I'm the little sister. I'm the other half of two Black sisters, and the other brainchild to this business.
How does come together? Who called who to say, "Hey, I got a business idea"?
My sister.
She
She
called you.
called me. Yes, she called
Yeah.
me, and I was like, "A business during the pandemic? Like, no, this is it can't." And she definitely convinced me. She did all the legwork, the background, the research, and she like laid it all out for me, like to the point where I couldn't say no because it was so well thought out and well planned. I was like, okay, maybe this could work.
Yep.
And Nikki, what's your background? Were you an entrepreneur already, or you just was trying to pivot during the pandemic time?
Yeah, no, not at all. It's my first business starting, and you know what I mean. And I'm glad I could do it with my sister, somebody I trust, and then building trust going through it. You know what I mean. Through the pandemic, of course, you're just looking for extra streams of income, and then it was kind of like the photo booth industry just dropped right in my lap. You know, new and innovative stuff that was going on. These videos, posting everywhere, and you wondering like, what is that? How we do that? And I haven't seen it here in South Florida, so it definitely sparked my interest. Did a lot of research before I even brought it to my sister, and then I just brought that portfolio, and she jumped right on. She was like, "I see, you know, you got this," and I convinced her that together we could really do this. And then she called us two Black sisters, and it's been taking off from there.
So was it her whose idea was the name?
It was
It was
mine.
Natalie's idea.
So
I
you had the
wanted something
business.
different.
Okay, okay. So she
Yeah.
had she had the idea of what to start the business, but you was like,
Hmm.
okay, this is what we're gonna call it, the two Black sisters. And is it
Yes.
only you? Is it only you two in the family, or
Yep,
Yes, it's just us two.
just been you two riding it out?
that's
Yeah, and
right.
we do
Right.
have help from like some family members to help us out with certain events. My nephews are literally our sidekicks. They come to every event carrying bags,
Yep.
positive attitudes. They definitely do come to a lot, and we had some cousins help out as well too. So yeah, we had support from some family members as well.
So you're in the business. You guys seen a lot of success already?
It's a up and down. Like it's any business, any startup. Like you come with these dreams, you're like, I want to reach to Mount Everest, and then you
Yep.
realize, okay, well, we're gonna have to take a little climbing to get there, but it's possible. And we definitely grown. We've realized there's lots of programs in our county that help small businesses, and we've just been connecting, networking, and we definitely are a far away from where we were a year ago. That is for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Stay
no doubt.
consistent. Yeah, consistency grows the business, right? What's some of the
Hmm.
Yeah.
things that you guys learned not being entrepreneurs? What have you learned about entrepreneurship now?
Oh wow. We basically learned that each and everybody in the bit there's duties to be done, and it all has to be separated. Most recently, we learned that you can't take on every task. You can't learn everything. It's okay to outsource, hire someone to do some of those things to take a load off, and then just accepting help. Because you can't do everything. You can't be everywhere. So accepting that help, hiring someone to take over something that's gonna grow to your business, and being okay with that, because first thing getting started, you want to be manager, you're the person on the ground, you want to be the accountant, you're the operations, you're handling a lot of the leads, and then the ads, and then the social media. There's all these different aspects to business that you have to account for, and you don't really realize that until you're knee deep in it. So we've definitely learned our roles, what we're good at, how it makes sense to us, and just learning the communication with each other along the way. So we do better now, delegating those duties, knowing what, and then when time persists, we learn each other's duties to where, you're not just left alone with that. So it's like a each one teach one. And we're looking to expand.
Love it. So, has there been any drama with the two sisters starting the business?
I'm gonna say no. It hasn't really been any drama.
That's
I mean,
good. That's good.
much like anyone else, there's some things that you're not gonna agree on. There's things that you're gonna, but that's just because something that might not make sense. And one example could be, whether it be price increases or when to accept help or who or where to get it from. My sister could be a little bit more reserved, a little less trusting up front. But it just took time to say, all right, well, just when you get time, look into this or take a look at this or look who did it, and just her reaching out and getting questions from others who may have done it, and she's like, oh, okay, I see, all right, now then she become a little bit more open about it. And then that's just how it is. What would you say, Nelly?
Natalie, you there with us?
I don't know if
So I
her
got a
mic
question for
went
you,
off.
Nikki. Though I got
Yeah.
a question though. While we wait on Natalie to come back.
There we
So you have this
go.
business idea. Did you kind of do your research, as in looking at other companies and what they were doing and the lack of what they were doing? Is that how you kind of got started into this, or what kind of led you to believe that this is what we should be doing?
You know what? First thing, I was just really intrigued at the output and the outcome of videos. And it just led from there. The graphics, learning the software, knowing where the software, how many softwares there were out there, the pricing behind it. After that, it was just, joining those groups, see who was doing it. You know what I mean? What they're talking about, what are the ups and the downs, what are the bad things, what is the advice they're throwing out there, connecting and reaching to these people. And then it just grew from there. Once my sister became on board, she was just like, okay, you know what I mean, let's start attending the expos and what the big dogs are doing. And then from there they gave advice about looking at the ops and paying attention to that, what to pay attention to when you're looking at the opposition and what is out here, as far as picture quality, what they provide, what are they giving to people. And you know what I mean. And then from there it just started growing. Then you see it, then you start seeing it. I seen it in the club, and then you saw it at a birthday party. So that's definitely how it pretty much all started from there, man. Just really looking at the quality of work and how they did it, led from the software all the way up to, what I mean, the other businesses. What are they doing? What their social media pages look like, their websites, what it look like. Are they doing this by themselves? What equipment are they using? What's the best?
I love it. So you did your research. You ain't just pulled the trigger. You made sure that you looked
No,
at everything that's needed. I love it. Yeah.
for
A lot of people
Yeah.
sure
go
did
into
our research.
business.
For
Go ahead. Go
sure.
ahead. Go ahead. What you were saying, Natalie?
I was saying for sure did our business before we even went to go even find a vendor to purchase it from. We were like, how does this work? Like, can we even? Is it feasible? We wanted to see what other people are doing and see if it would it make us money, basically, and is it something that we can do together by ourselves, type of thing. So, definitely did our research before. Joined a lot of Facebook groups. I
Yeah.
am the queen of Facebook groups, and once I found the expo in Vegas, they have every year it's like literally a worldwide expo of photo booths. But we found that we met some awesome people, connected with them, and really saw like the big picture. And now here we are today.
I love it. And what kind of photo booths? The people that are listening, is it the photo booths that the 360? Or is it the ones that you just walk into? Let's talk about these photo booths. I mean, I know, but the people that listening may not know. What kind of photo booths that you guys are working with at this time? Or is there multiple?
We do have multiple. So we have our
Hey,
big sister, which is our 360 video booth, the one that you
okay.
recommend, that you said that goes around you in the cam with the camera. And we also have our little sister, which is more of our traditional photo booth that you stand in front of, and you just tap on the screen and take pictures of. And we are soon going to have our baby sister coming. She is on the way. She's going to be our roamer, and that allows us to get in more into the party. So we're going to get pictures on the dance floor, pictures outside, inside, anywhere we could fit, we can get pictures. So our sister family is growing by the
I
minute.
love it. I love it. I love the
Yeah.
names of them too. Whose ideas were that?
Yeah.
Whose idea was to
It
name
was
them big
my
sisters?
idea.
It's
I'm the name
Nelly's idea.
person.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought it was
I
really
love
cute.
Yeah.
It's
it.
a play on word. People always see like a photo, but we want to make it more like a family because we are the one running it. It's owner operated, so you want to make it feel like you got the big sister, the little sister, and soon our baby sister. So yeah,
Yep.
Nah, okay. So they can choose one of the three, or currently one of the two, but soon to be one of the three sisters. Love it,
yeah,
love
Yep.
it.
yes.
Natalie, going back to the question before we lost you, Nikki was answering. Has there been any drama while you guys been in business together, or has this been just smooth sailing since you guys started?
It has not been smooth sailing. And I think anybody can say that. Working with a family member or just working with anybody in general is not always smooth sailing. We definitely have two different personalities. We have two different ways of communicating. We just had to like find our way to mesh, figure out what's our strengths, what's our weakness, where I can help her be better, where she can help me be better, and being able to talk. Because sometimes we get frustrated. You do like, what, forget this, but we have to realize like one, we're adults, we are family, we're not going anywhere, so we have to sit down and talk about it. Whether it's hard, easy, we had to talk about it. So that's been the biggest thing, just figuring out where we work and where we can be an asset to each other.
And have you guys always had a pretty good? Seems like a pretty good relationship growing up.
We're the only sisters that we have. We're only two of us. There is an age difference by 7 years, but she's been the only sister I've had, and I'm the only sister she has. So we ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going
we're,
nowhere.
we're, act- we're actually the baby of the family too. We have older brothers, so we only have each other.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I love it.
hmm
I love it. Is there anything that you went into the business thinking one way and then realized when you got into the business is completely different? Or did you guys do your research so good that when you guys started the business, it kind of just been a pretty good, set for you guys already?
Well, I would say no. We definitely learned some things by jumping in. You know what I mean? It's like as soon as you start to craft something, it was like new and innovative stuff that was happening. You know what I mean? And you got to be on top of that. As far as like the oppositions, because they had a head start. You know what I mean? They probably had their business a year, probably started months before, and their research as well. So it was like right when we got the software down. It was like things was changing as far as how people could get the videos and the photos and learning about that. And then once that turned around, then you started seeing all the creativeness coming out as far as the overlays and how they design these videos, the graphics. People were wanting that because it was just so new. As well as making it animated. There's this constantly growing in the photo booth industry right now that you can never be content in the area where you are. It's a constant growing realm. Um, and then more people are jumping into it daily. So it was definitely a learning experience. You know what I mean? And that's why I try to keep up on that with my sister, educate her with it as well. And that's just where we are. What would you say, Nat?
I definitely want to say definitely figuring out what makes us different because the market is getting saturated with more and more people figuring out what it is and then wanting to get it themselves. Like, oh, well, I throw parties, so why not? So we had to make ourselves, one, look professional, so that this is not just like a little side thing or, just something we're doing because we're bored. Like, it's an actual running business. Like, we take it very, very seriously and showing them like we're not just like any other photo booth. Like, you don't only get the photo booth itself, but you get the experience. Like we get into the party. We sometimes make the party. We
Yes.
actually make it fun. Like I've been to other parties where the photo booth person is just like on the wall. They just go take your picture and go, and it's like okay, like what do I do? But us, we are in it. Like we are pulling people off the dance floor. Come get a picture. Come get on the video. Come to the 360 booth. Like it's to the point where
Yeah,
they're like, wow, like y'all the hype girl, the hype sisters and stuff. It's not
Yeah.
just like we're just there. So it's a whole package that they get, and we had to learn like this is what makes us different.
Yeah.
I love it.
No
I
doubt.
love it. Yes, you got to be different, right? In a world, in a space where everybody's doing kind of the same thing, what sets you apart from the others? So I love it. You guys say, well, we got to engage with the party. We got to make people know that, let people know that we're here. Because every
Very
person
much.
that takes a picture, that's also a networking purpose, right? You're able to
Exactly.
tell
Yep.
people about it. You're able to, hopefully get somebody to say, hey, I'm interested in a photo booth. So that's good. That's good. Are you guys doing this 24/7, or is this still half and half, or what does that look like for the both of you?
I feel like we constantly at work. We are our phone. If someone gonna call, we're gonna answer it. If the email comes in, we're gonna answer it. I feel like we're always at work, 24 hours. I'm always looking at other groups. I'm looking at other things. I'm telling my sister, hey, I just found this new program we can join that will help small businesses. Like I'm a constantly. So I feel like as far as answering phones and working 24/7. But most of our events are at night.
You guys
Most of
have
our
9 to 5s? Either of you?
Yeah.
yes, we do.
So the work is even harder at that point, huh?
Tell me
Yeah,
about it. And
definitely.
our 9 to 5s are very different. I am actually a truck driver, and my sister
Wow.
works at a property in Miami. So it's like very different schedules, very different task of work, but we still make it work.
Talk about some of those challenges. What have you people don't realize, they think that when they start a business that it's easy, but you guys are doing it right. You guys are saying, "Hey, I'm gonna let my business my 9 to 5 just really pour into my business." So can you talk about some of the challenges you've experienced during that time, and just how that has been able to kind of sustain the business?
Probably one of the biggest things that we had is like working on the time, because being a truck driver, I do drive around the country. So sometimes I'm on a different time zone because I'm in a different state. I could be in
Mhm.
California, I can be like in Montana, Texas. So I have to figure out, okay, what time is good to call my sister when she's off of work to talk with her about something, or send an email at an appropriate time because you don't want to send an email at a really weird
Mhm.
time. So having to deal with that and like getting the communication down, that's the biggest thing. And delegating. So at first we did everything. We were the marketing, we were social media, we were
Yeah.
answering emails, phone calls, we were doing flyers, and then we realized like this is kind of overwhelming, and we
Yeah.
had to accept help. We had to
Mhm.
realize it's okay, and it's honestly expected. Like we cannot juggle all these different things. So my sister is the queen of delegating. She will find someone who's a match. She will do her research, find someone who can do exactly what we want, and she will delegate that task to them. And if anything, delegate it to me and say, okay, I know you can do this. Go ahead and just handle this for me. So
Hmm.
delegating for sure.
I love it. I love it. You guys are working. Listen, they ain't no
Yeah.
stopping y'all. Y'all said I'm gonna do this no matter what happens and what's in my way. I love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys said you've been doing this for about a year, a little bit over a year.
Yes.
Yep.
What is
Coming up
what is
onto a
the
year now. Actually, we just hit our year. Should be soon. You know what I mean? And then it was like a few months ago. I want to think back in June, we had our business shower, which is where we invited other people to come take a look at our business and what it is that we do, and experience our photo booths as well at the same time. And we had some vendors, and that turned out to be a great success. Success. We actually hosted it right in the city of Oakland Park. We had the vice mayor of Lauderhill come out. We had a couple of other entrepreneurs that we connected with from whether it be the content creators experience in Miami or some other networking events that I've attended and handed out flyers and reached out with the Broward and Beyond, or any expos, and they came out in support. Listen to what the vice mayor had to say in regarding to business and startups. A lot of successful people who can experience what it is to start at the bottom. We weren't a year at the time, so it was great, and a lot of people who were there were also looking like, how do I jump from where I'm at? And just the encouragement to keep consistent and stay with your business and don't give up on yourself, because they're rough times, but you can turn your business, any idea, into $1 million idea.
Hmm.
love it? And you said a business shower. For those, I mean, I've come accustomed to what is a business shower, but it's something that people don't know about. What is a business shower?
So a business shower, you think of like a wedding shower or a baby shower. Like you have something coming, people come and just pour into you, give you love and support, and sometimes gifts. And that's similar to a business shower. We had that where it's like we have a new business, come and pour some knowledge into us, network, donate whatever you want as far as supplies or monetary to the business to help us grow on our first year.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it's Elon Musk just had one recently. I have a friend now doing one, and now I hear from you guys saying business shower. So that's dope that you guys are able
It's
to
the
do
new
that.
thing.
It seemed
Yeah.
like it was a good turnout for you guys as well. I'm happy to
Hmm.
know that you guys, not even a year, you guys are making some noise in the business.
Hmm.
What is the end goal? Is it just more big sisters, more little sisters, more baby sisters? Is that what it is?
No, no. This is just the tip of the iceberg. As far as
Yep.
two black sisters go, we are going to expand into so many different aspects, not just in the photo booth industry. We are cooking up some good plans right now into where we want to go next, whether it be transportation, logistics. We have a world open, and two black sisters we're ready to like expand even into like more events things and expanding into other products we offer, other backdrops and things like that. So we are growing and we're
Little by
excited for
little,
what's coming up.
taking baby
Yes.
steps.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. It's definitely seeing
Nice.
what the people need out here. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
coming from the pandemic, we were all inside, and having a photo booth is what bringing people back outside, bringing people together, capturing those memories after 2 years of, you know, a really tough time for America. You know what I mean? And trying to bounce back from that, wondering if it's safe. And the photo booth business, I think that's where it really took off, because when it was people were still escalating and trying to come outside a little bit and skeptic,
Mhm.
it was like, okay, well, we're only doing it with our family and whatnot. And then they realized how intimate it can be to even wider, and being able to express that online and sharing it with others. So it's just all about seeing what the need is out here, not even just for the photo booth industry, because that bleeds into the party industry, it bleeds into these events, and just people trying to get back to being together outside, celebrating and capturing moments. I'm sure it's the same way for the DJs. It's the same way for hosts and whatnot. So
Yeah.
this where it's at. And, people are need for event spaces, and where they want to have this at. Can they have enough room here? Decorators. I mean, anything in regards to partying, celebrating. The whole entire industry is booming. So you can branch out to so many different avenues.
Nice. I love it. In a year time, how many events you guys think you've done already?
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
I know.
Um,
Um,
Lost
I
count,
I
huh?
wouldn't
feel
be
like
surprised
yeah,
if we are at 30 plus.
Let's
yeah,
go.
30
Let's
plus, probably
go.
probably more so towards the 40.
Let's
Yeah.
go. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And
Yeah.
this is while running a business. So you guys are thinking that you can't do it while still working, your day job or your 9 to 5, whatever it is. These are two black sisters right here that are doing their thing, building a business from the ground up. All right. Did you guys
Yes.
start with one machine and then you guys kind of grew into the second and now growing into the third? How did I get started?
Yes, we bought our 360 first, and that was our baby, and we just blossomed her. And then after going to the photo booth expo, we saw other like developing products, and we are like, okay, well, we
Mhm.
have to expand, and we need something else and different. So that's when we got our little sister, which is a more intimate, like my sister said. So let's say you don't have enough space for a 360, our little sister can fit literally anywhere. It takes literally 5 minutes to set up, and she's so slim and slender that we can put her in any room in any crowd, and she's like the star. And then now our baby sister coming, she's more of a roamer, so it doesn't have to be in one spot. So let's say you're having an event where you want us to the photo booth to move with the people. That's what our baby sister will be able to do.
Love it, love it. That's good. I haven't heard of that one. So you guys are really touching a different market for sure. Is
Hmm.
this a
Yeah.
new product that is being released? Is something that people don't are not using currently, or have you guys actually seen people utilizing this machine?
I don't. You know what? And it's funny that you say that. It's almost as if people are trying to figure out where it fits. You know what I mean? Is it something that I want to add as an add-on, with my services that I already have, or is it something that I want to offer separately? But I've seen it, maybe people bringing it to weddings and stuff like that, and just trying to fill out the market for where best is it gonna fit. You know what I mean? People are still really hype about the 360, so they like how intimate that is, and then our niche and what we bring to the table when it comes to that. So it's just gonna try to see how we feel it out, where it's gonna fit when we get that. I haven't seen it, but I've seen it in mass production. I've seen a lot of people asking about it in other states, and what they're doing with it, but it's still kind of up in the air. Like I said, it's either an add-on to say, hey, you get the 360, I'm gonna throw this in as well.
Yeah.
Even though maybe that event has a photographer, because that's kind of what it is. It's mobile, it goes around, it catches,
Mm,
the grandparents that don't want to get up and participate. They may be sitting down. It can get the babies, because it just roams around. And then, then you got people who are saying, okay, well, you have 300 plus guests, and there's no way they're going to circle around through conversations to make it around to get on whether the 360 or even get in front of the photo booth. So you have this as an additive, say, all right, well, just have someone with this around, roam around, and we're going to be capturing intimate moments. People were standing where they are, and to that is even more genuine than the 360. You know what I mean? Because I'm coming to where you are, standing with who you're with. It's more meaningful with capturing memories, in my opinion. So it's just figuring out where it's gonna fit best. You know what I mean, for our business versus what I've seen out there.
So you talking about this little the baby sister? Is this almost like a, you've seen those RTD D2s that be at little events sometimes, and usually there's like something inside them. Is that exactly kind of what it looks like, entails?
No, not necessarily. It's actually a photo booth we can either wear on our chest or hold
Mm,
in our hand. And it's
Hmm.
more like we bring it up to your face, and there's a light or like a ring light of on it, a LED light,
okay.
and it has like an iPad, so you can touch the screen and you can literally just pose where you are. And we're there to
Yep.
pose you and get the lighting right, and then take a picture there. And then you can instantly share it. Once you take the picture, you can then airdrop it, text message, email. You can post it on social media right then and there. You don't have to wait for prints or anything like that. It's
Oh yeah,
very
y'all taking
instant.
these photographers out of business for sure. That's what y'all doing.
No,
That's
they're
what
our
y'all about to do.
partners. Don't say that. They're our partners.
That is dope. No, I've never heard of
Yeah.
that. That is dope. I would have to
Mhm.
Yeah.
definitely
Super dope.
take a look at that. I've never, so that, yeah, that's definitely new in the game. I'm pretty sure, like you said, an add-on or something different. That is definitely
Yeah.
something different. People nowadays, they always want to do different things. So that's cool, man. You guys continue to educate yourself. And how important is it to educate yourself in this business?
Very. Very important. Like I said, there's so many different vendors, so many different products, so many different everything, honestly. And you have to know where
Yeah.
to go for what. So you know, okay, I know this vendor because I've heard, seen, and been on other booths, and I know, okay, this vendor's booth is safe. It's not gonna break on me. It's not gonna hurt a guest. That's most importantly. So where our 360, it's different, and people usually are a little, skeptical, like, oh, is this thing moving? I don't know. So they want to make sure they're safe. We want to make sure they're safe. They're safe. So we don't go to vendors that we know, okay, you're not credible, or we can't go and get on your booth at one of the expos, or, in store or something. So we definitely do our research to figure out where we're shopping, and make sure that they're credible and we trust the product to then put other family members or other people who are having events for on it.
Nice. And do you guys have
Yeah.
like a
You know,
target
you got to be
niche?
careful.
Go ahead, Nikki. You got to be careful. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. No, like you got, it's because people, there's scammers everywhere. You know what I mean? Like you want to get started in something, you're excited about it, and there's gonna be so many people out here trying to sell you and let you know, like, I could teach you what you need to know. I could tell you exactly how to get it started, what to do, where to find the equipment, who to buy it from, and so on and so forth. And that's why I think the saturated is so easy to get saturated. But you got to be careful. When you study someone that's great, you got to pay attention to things like the quality. What type of equipment are they really using? Why are they using that equipment? How much can you learn about that equipment? You have to just do your research and do your due diligence behind anything, because like I said, it went from you couldn't really find nobody to where it's easy to just find anybody that's like, oh yeah, I could teach you how to get to the 360. I can show you how to get started with it, and you know what I mean, and show you how it's done. Pay me $500, and people are like, all right, $500 and I can learn everything, and you didn't really learn anything, or it was a scam. So you just got to be careful, do your due diligence, check out on the internet, and really find out from the people that's making real good money in their target audience. Know who the opposition is, and find someone that you want to replicate in a sense, and learn so much from, and just really stick behind it, see if it's legit. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people out here, they don't tell you that they're not doing all that legwork. They either have the finance behind it to make someone look more than what they really are, when they're not really doing anything. I could pay you to make this video, I could pay you to do this, I'm paying that to make the website, not knowing that you came in this business and you didn't realize how much funds you need to get started, to do all this other stuff to make you look as great as that next person. But you just manage your time better. Use your resources in your city, and don't hurt reaching out to some of the people who are great, and trying to get that information and feel how real their page is. You know what I mean?
I love it. No, that's some real stuff right there. No, for sure. Especially nowadays where everybody's trying to make a quick dollar. So that's actually
Hmm.
some good
Exactly.
information to share for those that may be wanting to, interested to get in the business for sure. Is there a certain like market, certain niche that you guys look to when you guys are promoting your products? Is it baby showers, weddings, or it's just like whoever is calling, we there?
For the most part, we go to any event that we see that you need us at, honestly, because you can have a baby shower, a wedding. We've been to baby showers, weddings, expos, birthday parties, kids parties. We went to a prom. Um, we've like honestly anywhere where there's music and people, you need a photo booth. There's not a question
Mhm.
about it. People need something to do and capture these memories, and that's what we're here for.
Nice. And you guys charge
Yeah,
for people that may be
definitely.
interested? Are you guys charging by the hour, by the event? How would that service look like from you guys?
Well, right now we charge per hour, and our rate is based on how much our subscription fee is, our equipment, the travel behind it, and yeah. So we charge by the hour, a base rate for with a minimum of 2 hours for our big sister, and then a base rate for 3 hours for the little sister. So you can find all that information, you know what I mean, on our website where we have packages, or you can reach out to us directly.
All right. What is the website? If somebody did want to go ahead and look at the website.
Our website is two black sisters llc.com. You guys could check out the packages that we have there. Our page is constantly growing every day, and learning what it is to have a website and what can make a website crash. But we've added a gallery now, but all the information to our Instagram and how to get in contact with us, we're not really hard to find. We're trying to work on like getting up some videos up there, trying to make sure that our website can handle it. So we're coaching right now.
Nice. Yeah, man. Listen, people, that's when you start a business, like you mentioned earlier, you everything to your business. So it takes
Yes.
some time, it takes some time
No
to,
doubt.
get things right. As you said, educate yourself, reach
Yeah.
out. Look like Natalie's the Facebook queen. So she's probably everybody's DM trying to figure out how to do
No, for
this and stuff like
real.
that. And that, people don't realize that's how
What?
you get into the business. You ask questions. There's people that are willing to help, right? At no
Yes.
cost to you. I mean, there's people that
Yeah,
they be trying
absolutely.
to hold on to information. However, there's enough business for everyone, right?
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
there's those like you guys that say, hey, okay, since there's so many people in this business, how do we set ourselves apart from everybody in this business? And so
Exactly.
you guys kind of mentioned that to me as well. Do you guys feel there's been any just challenges thus far within the year that you felt you've overcome?
I feel like we overcome, I guess, being more polished. Before we kind of just we didn't really know how to go about with invoicing and things like that. So we kind of were doing just anything, like, oh, just make an invoice on Microsoft Word. And it wasn't until we got into a program in our local county, and they partnered us up with like a legal team, accountants, marketing team, and operations team, and they actually literally taught us like and really polished us to where we are now, to where like we have a great invoicing and accounting. We're all together. Our books are chef kiss. They're beautiful now, and we actually know how to manage it better. So definitely, if you're starting a business, look in your local city or county for if they have resources. They normally do. Because that you're bringing the business to your county into your city, so they definitely have like a small
Right.
business, program or a center to help you. Definitely look into that, because it was me doing
Right.
research into that that got us to where we are and stuff, and finding the expo and things like that. So there are programs and things to help you. You have to go out there and find it.
And Natalie, really quick, you said
Right.
you were able to get polished in the sense because you did the research, right?
Yes, definitely go out there, and all you do is Google small
Yeah.
business center in Fort Lauderdale or Broward
People don't
County.
even go that far. That's why I wanted to, reiterate that people don't go that far to research their own work. They just want to be handed the
Listen,
information. So
a
Natalie is
closed
letting
mouth
you
does not
know,
Yeah.
get fed.
closed mouth don't get
A closed
fed
mouth
for
not get
sure.
fed. You literally have to go out there and want it. And if you and
Yeah.
also be willing to ask for help. Like, I know you're like, oh no, I'm a business owner, I could do it myself. No. Say, hey, this is confusing to me. How can I make it better? Can you explain this to me? And you'd be surprised when people be like, oh sure. Like, that's so easy. I just did one, two, and three, and there you go. And you're like, oh wow. It would have took me a month to figure this out, and I just asked a question. So ask questions and do your research. It's literally there. The internet is free. It's free. You don't have to pay nobody to go Google stuff. Go and get it. It's
Yeah.
right there.
That's
Like,
what I
yeah,
was
I think
saying back earlier. Like, People are going to be like, oh, well, pay 500, you can learn this, but education is free. So someone reaching out to us and whatnot and asking a couple questions, we don't shy away, because you're you're you won't take any business from me by helping you out. You know what I mean? Because everyone's different. So yeah, the information is free. You just have to know how to comb through it to get to it. You know what I mean? That's what I said. That was something I saw, like, oh, how do I get to my video looking like that? And it's like, oh, well, pay $200. You take my 2 hour class, and sure, you'll learn how to get your video like that. And it's like, little do they know, in that same group that they found that person that's teaching that, there's links that the actual maker of the group made that you could just go watch on YouTube, and it teach you the same exact thing that you didn't have to pay $200 for. But like you said, people want everything handed in their lap, and they're just so anxious and eager to jump right in. But it all starts with research.
Hmm.
How exciting has it been to become? Go ahead, Natalie. You want to say something?
Oh, I was gonna say there are it could be some challenges when it comes to acting, because we did run into the same thing where people love to gatekeep, and they're like, well,
Mm-hmm.
this is my business, I don't want to share my tips and then you get bigger than me or something like that. Like they're like, they can be that type of way. And you're gonna run into them. They're everywhere. But just keep in mind there's enough money for us all to eat and get seconds. So you
I
don't,
guess
even
so.
if one person is like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna show you this, that's fine, because someone else on Instagram will show you. Someone else
Right.
on Facebook will open up to you. So if you get a no, don't think that, oh man, I have to, I'll do it by myself. No. That's just the one no you got. You might get three yeses after that. So keep on out there, keep in those DMs and keep asking questions.
That's right.
Love it. Love it.
Hmm.
What are some of the things being an entrepreneur is not easy? What
Hmm.
are some of the thoughts that you guys were having becoming an entrepreneur, listening to other people? Was there any doubters? Was there anybody telling you that ain't gonna work? Like, what was that mind space before you got a year in? And congratulations on a year, because not a lot of people make it this far. But what was the
Thank
Mm-hmm.
mind
you.
space that you guys had at that point, before even stepping foot into your first venue space?
Starting up, people did look at us like, but they're probably the first thing they got was, why is your name Two Black Sisters? Why can't you just be, two sisters? And I'm like, because we are two black sisters, like that is us. And they were like, well, you won't make it in the corporate world with the name, with black in your name, like that's not, I guess, presentable or professional. And I'm like, but why is my skin color not professional? Why is it
Mm,
not?
mm,
Why? So I love that we stuck to our name, because it's like we're opening doors for people who thought like you can't
Mm-hmm.
have a unique name and make it in the corporate world. We've worked with several corporate companies that love our name. The people actually would come to us and be like, I specifically came to you because of your name. Like we want to help small women owned businesses or things like that. So it's like that itself is already a stamp. And then I think when we first came out, people were looking at us like, oh, you're just two sisters. Like they didn't want to take us very serious. And now here we are now, the same people who didn't take us serious are like, can you come to my kids' party? Can you come do this event for me? Can you? And they're, and it's like, aren't you, it's like those people who are saying you're not going to make it. I look at it as them self projecting. It's not really about you, it's about what they're going through themselves. And you
absolutely.
just happen to be an easy target. But we definitely had to deal with that, and we had to prove them wrong. Like we use that as fuel. Like you said that we can't make it nowhere. We went to the National Expo in Vegas, and they knew our name by the end of that weekend.
Yep.
And that was our first
Oh,
time going there, and we were open door. They were like, "Oh, you're the sisters. Oh, I remember y'all wearing y'all shirt." Like, yes, that was us. And it's like it's possible, even though it may start out small, and you may think, "Man, I'm never gonna be in the room with the big dogs." Trust me, there's always room to be part of the dog pack. Trust me.
I love it. I love it. No, man, that's good information to give people. People, especially starting a business, like you said, people are going to project their doubts on you, because they're still, saying "what if" or "I wish I could have," when they still really have the opportunity, but they just not taking the opportunity the way that you guys had taken the opportunity and succeeded with the opportunities, even through doubters. Were you guys
Yep.
receiving this from like friends and family, or was it just random people? Who are those people that were saying these things to you?
I mean, it came in many forms. You know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily say it was family, but sometimes somebody could ask a question and you can tell that, that they have doubt. You know what I mean? It came from people that when we sponsored events, there, you know what I mean? You could tell, um, maybe they were hesitant, and then it, it has it ups and downs. We've had people hire us specifically because of our name has been two black sisters, and there's been positive and negative effects to that as well. you know um where, yeah, they hired you because black in the name, and we've had, like I said, there's been negative effects to it, and taking some of those that you realize afterwards, and there's been positive. You know what I mean? Like, we've had a guy who hired us for a corporate event, and you know what I mean, and he'll come back with questions and say like, "Oh, how do I know for sure that you're going to show up for the event?" And it's like, well, you gave us a deposit and you signed an agreement with us. How do you know? I'm in my mind, I'm like, how do you know the DJ is going to show up? I'm sure. And then not only that, you confirmed, you sent receipts and everything, and you know that you communicated along the way, but up into the event, and even like the morning of. I mean, before you even wake up, 7 o'clock, it's like a call or a message saying, "Hey, just want to still confirm that you're coming." So you're like, okay, so you're indirectly saying something. So these are things that, just the negative effects, and there's been positive effects where we did the Duck Fest for what
Kids in
kid was that, Kids in Distress. We went
hmm
to Duck Fest Kids in Distress. They hosted down there on Las Solas, and there were people coming up to our booth. One lady, and she was like, "I saw you guys, they promoted you guys would be here, and I came specifically to find you, and I love your name. I love that you guys are two black sisters. I'm going to support, I'm going to follow you right now," telling us where they work at, whether it be a school in government, another city somewhere, and saying that they're going to have something and wanting to give us those leads. So it has its negative effects and its positive events, but effects, but you don't let that deter you. We just keep stride, keep going, because at the end of the day, we're blessed, and we're only going to go up from
Mm,
here.
hmm
I love it. I love it. There's doubters out there anywhere, everywhere. So y'all just running right through them. I love it. Hell
Right.
yeah. I love it. So for people that may want to get into industry, right? That just still asking, should I or could I or would I? What kind of advice do you provide them?
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Do
do
it.
it.
Just
How
go.
about how about you, Nikki? What you say?
Yeah, I'm still all big on, knowing what it is that you really want to do. Are you in it because you just want to make the money? Is this something you can find enjoyment? Because a lot of people's not really asking those questions and answering them seriously to themselves. You know what I mean? It's so you got people that's been in the business not even a year yet selling their machine because they're saying they can't handle the equipment, they don't have the storage, or they don't have the time to invest in, and then they're also shied away on it takes money to make money, and they just realized they were chasing after the money. So if you're going in it trying to chase after the money, I don't know how long that's gonna last. You'll make some money here and there, but then the money has to make sense to you for what you're spending, whether it be in gas and your time and the software if that's what you're paying for as well, Wi-Fi if that's what you need. You know what I mean? And then a truck to or however you're transporting your stuff. And then if you're needing help, you have to pay that person. So really really know what it is that you're getting in it for, and then yeah, it could be for the right person, no doubt. You know what I mean? Continue to keep doing your research, continue to keep growing, finding ways to be different, other people to reach out to the right people who's going to give you the right questions, who's not going to gatekeep things from you, who are offering, intimate internships with you that's going to level you up in that area. So it's a great industry, and I love it. It's fun, it's exciting. So that's why I'm in it. I stick with it. It's not about the money and everything. I know what our niche is. It's awesome. It's something I could give around to my kids. They love going to events and parties and helping out and seeing that they mean something. They like seeing that their mom is doing something. So I say go for it if that's what you want to. The only way you're gonna know is if you get in it.
Come on. Yeah, you never know if you don't try.
Exactly.
I love it, man. You guys are
Right.
talking some good stuff right now. You guys are talking some good stuff. A year in, I bless you a lot. I bless a lot more years upon you guys, man. As the
Thank
energy that you
you.
guys have
Thank
is
you. Thank
amazing.
you.
For taking that, for Natalie believing in Nikki, right? That's
Yes.
huge as well. Because
Honestly.
that could have been,
Yeah.
it shut down on Nikki's end. So believing in your sister,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
really helping
No
each other
doubt.
through the process is amazing. It's cool to see families sticking together, and being able to do this for this long. Like I said, people don't last this long in a business because you said they go in it for the wrong reasons. It's just more for the money. But you guys seem like you guys have a passion. You guys are enjoying yourself at these parties. It shows by the things that you guys said, interacting with the crowd. That's huge. That's what sets you guys apart. Seems like you guys had a lot of corporate, gigs as well. So that's amazing.
Yep.
Listen, this ain't no just Ricky Dink business. Like we
Let
out
me
here.
tell
We
you,
yeah,
right,
come on now. Y'all come and book
Yeah.
these sisters, you know what I mean?
right.
Um,
Doubt.
I do respect your time, and I just want to end the interview with a question for the both of you guys. But what was that know your worth moment that you guys realized like this is it, this is what we doing, and we sticking with it?
Oh, that's a good question,
I
Nelly.
know. Wow.
I always
Ooh.
gotta
What was
end it
that?
like that, make you guys think a little bit.
Man, honestly, I probably would say after the first event me and my sister did, we had a Miami content creator with in Miami, and it was cool to see others like people in social media there, but just to see the energy me and my sister brought and how much people like gravitated to us, I was looking like step back and I was like, wow, this is like possible. And at the point when we did that, we were only open for maybe like 4 to 5 months. And we were still really shaky on our knees and how we were managing the business and this and that. So when that happened, that event, that was so big for us. And we were like, oh, this is it. We can do this. It was a little scary and a little, we were unsure. But after that event, we were so polished and so ready to go that it was like, okay, we in this. This is
We
this
got
is it.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
Love it, love
No
it. And
doubt.
Nikki,
I
how about
agree.
yours?
Together and just again in the midst of it and figuring out our duties and saw how seamless it went and more importantly just tap into my sister and I'm like step back for a minute, really look how people are enjoying this is every single event. It's needed, you know what I mean? Like I said, coming out of the COVID pandemic where people aren't really in having gatherings or meeting up and they're skeptic and whatnot, so people there was a deep need for that. So seeing all the smiles and seeing how the booth itself just gathered people, it made people stick around longer too, you know what I mean, gave them something to do outside of the natural mingling at parties and whatnot, and weren't so quick to leave. They realize how fun it is and you're getting on 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and you're opening up, you're getting loose, you know what I mean, and really enjoying it. So that I think that's where I stepped back and I was like, yeah, we're really doing this.
Hmm.
Dope. I love it. I love it. I love it. Where can people find the information, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, if they wanted to link with you guys, where did they go?
To our website. Our
That's
website has
easiest
everything.
one.
Yep, Two Black Sisters with an S, LLC.com. On there, we have our Facebook, which is Two Black Sisters, and our Instagram at two_Black Sisters. Don't forget that S. And we're there. You can contact us via email, twoblacksisters@gmail. Our phone numbers are on the website as well. You can reach out to our DMs anywhere. We will get back in contact with you. Yeah, reach out. We're here to help. If you want to book us, reach out. If you're looking to get started, reach out. Looking to talk, you're confused, you want some answers, we could do our best to help, reach out.
Yes, ma'am. Look at that. She said, "I'm
No
not holding
doubt.
on to anything because you never know, man. People don't realize the partnership, right? Maybe somebody can't do a
Right.
gig, so who they gonna reach out to? The people that show love at the beginning of it, right? But
Exactly.
That's
people don't
right.
get
Again,
that
That's
part.
right.
there's way too much food for me to
Oh,
eat by
yeah,
myself. We could all eat and be full at that.
yeah.
So let's all eat.
Well,
Yep.
ladies, it has been a
Yep.
pleasure, and I appreciate your time. Guys, if you guys are still watching, make sure that you guys subscribe to see more great content like this, more great interviews. Again, we're highlighting women through all these interviews. You guys continue to see these entrepreneurs that are mothers that are still possibly working a 9 to 5, but working on their business because they understand what it leads to supporting their families, feeding their families, and just leaving something for their family. So I definitely love you guys for being here. Thank you guys again. Make sure that you guys subscribe, like, and turn on your notifications so that you know when I'm live on the next time. Guys, it's been a pleasure. My
Yep.
name is Ephraim. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Make
a
sure y'all
frame.
subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.